on this old train line, I'ma get it done. Now I got the party jumping like it's double dutch. Then we spun the block, came back, double up like, ooh, I got a, and I'm, yeah, meta up 10.
It's the National Football League.
Well, we thought this could get interesting. Here's interesting. An onside kick to start this thing. Oh, the Ravens say they have it. They do have it. I can't say that's something you see often, but it worked out for them. Tie game. They try to get the ball back, and they do.
You know, when I was a kid, my dad used to give me a lot of tales about this guy called Old Mo. I never knew who Old Mo was. Now I do. It's Old Momentum, and they want to keep riding it.
Old Mo. Is that a true story? Or?
True story.
I love your pops. Now a 2nd and 10. Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 56 yards. And the Ravens will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And look at this. They got the 7-0 lead in the pocket, and they're going to try an onside kick. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. Yeah, we saw that one up here, CD. Offensive team, they touched that before it went 10 yards.
Obviously such a fine line, letting it go the required 10 yards, but also getting to it before the hands team can. Just didn't time it out right, and that results in a flag.
Stroud now on 1st and 10. They get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And one of the linebackers has got it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Boy, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Hill going to sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you got a talented back, give it back to him.
A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. What a run there. I mean, you got speed, elusiveness, escapability, all rolled into one.
And we all know that quarterbacks are coached to get the ball to the guys who can do all the things you just described. These guys who have speed, elusiveness, and escapability all rolled into one with the ball in their hands, and guess what? It's him. So there's no sense in throwing it or handing it off when you can do all of that yourself.
Jackson. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Here's Jackson to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, 29 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead. On this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
That winds up pushing it back 11 yards on the sand. And that'll bring it forward. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. Dashing through the snow. He's got a full head of steam. The race is on. And all the way down to the 17-yard line.
Offside, defense.
So naturally they will decline it. They got the first down anyway on the play.
Who needs a penalty when you picked up the first down through hard work and effort anyway? First down.
Play action. Stroud now. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And they'll get him down right around the 16. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. 3rd and 9 here. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down.
Encroachment, defense.
Defensively, maybe a little too fired up there for a third down stop.
Remember in preseason when we were going to camps and watching people, they worked on this, right? In the heat of the summer, still did it anyway.
Pierce takes it straight ahead. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Dameon Pierce, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Texans are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. Oh, this is blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. That's caught inside the 20. And he goes diving to get as much as he can following a big gain. A nice little cherry on top there at the end.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has two options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. They'll run with Dobbins. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
Not a whole lot there on first and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a third one.
Yeah. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 6-yard touchdown run. And they're able to add on to their advantage. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. Well, not content with a first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans hands team recovers. They'll start with the option. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2. 2nd and a couple as they've got it as we resume action. On the handoff, running left, Singletary. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Here's 2nd and 10. And Stroud now to throw. Dancing to his left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Flush to his Stroud is hit and the ball is loose. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Stroud now on 4th down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down, and he'll get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 4th and 1. Stroud off the play fake. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Saints back at the 31. Justin Matabike working his way to the quarterback that time. Stroud now on 2nd down. That's complete. It's Collins. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Throwing now is Stroud. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. On 4th down, here's Cameron Johnston on the punt for Houston. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
They'll wind up losing 11 on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Jackson. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And now this is going to wind up a safety. Oh, what a disaster that turned out to be. So they try the lateral, disaster ensues. Yeah, and it's a safety. You got to be more careful with the ball near the end zone, right?
So much for situational football and understanding where you are on the field. A lateral in that spot? That I don't understand.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Well, the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, and he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Yeah, that's an and live to punt the football.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ballgame.
Every team has plays in their book to try to buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with John. Well, you can't skip halftime on Sundays, but you can right here. So it's over, and on to the third quarter we march. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow's still continuing to fall as we are back underway. Returning it just as in trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got it.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 71 yards. And the Ravens have retaken a third-quarter lead. Well, we've certainly seen this before, CD. No one can quite electrify a crowd like Lamar Jackson, and really don't know what else to say other than that was special right there.
I think you pretty much said it all, but I go back to what you said about electrifying a crowd. He's also electrifying us, and we're calling the game. This guy's simply sensational.
Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. That's caught. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us. Because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
1st and 10, it's Pierce. And now a fumble. The ball's out. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
We've got plenty of weather here today. We've got some snow going on, and they've come out of a dome. And there have been 2 ways of getting ready for this. Some have said, don't worry about the weather. Just practice in your normal conditions and handle it on game day. And others have said, find some weather, find some conditions somewhere, and try and get ready. What do you think?
Well, whatever the preparation there, the snow causing the fumble. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson, eluding the pressure right. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown! Mark Andrews, 2 catches. Here so far. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Tucker with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. And I guess the touchdown wasn't enough. They want the onside kick as well. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And this one too low. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
But collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering, because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Stroud looking to throw.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again, to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken around the 12. Pushing his way through. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Ravens will take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And, Charles, the name of the game last time, efficiency. Their very first snap.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy, all these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Jackson.
Looking for Bateman.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
And this play still live. He faked the spike, going to throw it. And he's going to get out of bounds at least. So the fake spike does yield a completion. But that's a big risk to run there.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Forced out to his left.
That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman,
a 20-yard touchdown.
And the Ravens get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling...
And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
It got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, you know, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
Okay, great.
On first down, here's Stroud. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Marcus Williams getting the sack from the secondary.
You can just see it in their body language. You're starting to see big win and rising now. If it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
On 3rd down, they go with Singletary. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. This Ravens offense heads back out there led by Lamar Jackson. He has been on his A game. We're in the 3rd quarter. He's already in search of touchdown pass number 5.
He's played so well that it's hard for me to take my eyes off of him, even when he's not on the field. I keep finding my eyes finding him on the bench in between series, wondering what he's going to do next.
And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it, and you know that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. And they had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point? But after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempt.
And he loses the football a second time. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secure. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
On second down, it's Edwards. And now this is going to wind up a safety. Oh, what a disaster that turned out to be. So they try the lateral, disaster ensues. Yeah, and it's a safety. You've got to be more careful with the ball near the end zone, right?
So much for situational football and understanding where you are on the field. A lateral in that spot? That I don't understand.
So free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. On the return is Sims. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again. Back now in Baltimore. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. On the counter, this is Singletary. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Stroud on third down now. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First down, Texans.
Singletary trying the left side. And he is going to lose yardage here. Justin Matabike firing across the line there and planning him for a loss. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's Stroud. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And this is going to be incomplete. Misconnection there. He's on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Yeah, you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And that will come the offense as they take over. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Jackson now. His throw is going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now it's Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Down the sideline he goes. Mark Andrews. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Ravens use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And able to get this out to the 25. Houston set to take over. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And his throw is incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he can be a big-time playmaker for us.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. 4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. Well, they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. They brought the house that time on a young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to
There he goes, right side. Down the right sideline. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, 38 yards. And the Ravens have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Jackson here is going to look to throw. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Stroud now on 1st and 10. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. That's complete to Dell. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. The throwing again is Stroud. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. So on this drive, the rookie leads him into the end zone, Charles, and that helps cancel out the points that were created on the previous drive when he threw the interception.
Yeah, let's give some credit to this rookie because instead of hanging his head after his mistake leads to a touchdown, he comes back out and he's firing and made up for it right there. A well-executed series helps reestablish some confidence in him to run this offense.
So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And who's got it? I think the Ravens do, yes. And they're going to win this football game. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop them with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Justice Hill, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens tack on another score as they have dominated this fourth quarter.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
And the touchdown apparently not enough. They want more, an onside kick. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers.
Here we go.
1st and 10, it's Stroud. He's got his man, Schultz, coming across the formation.
They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Well, on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is going to be recovered in the end zone. And he's got a Super Bowl touchdown. So hold the phone here, Charles. I'd kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, it's certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
And now once again, they'll line up to go for 2.
And they'll try and run it in with Singletary.
And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. An interesting finish to this one. They get in the end zone at the end of the game. Then they went for 2. It wouldn't have mattered. The game was over, but they didn't get that 2-point conversion.
I think trying to get the 2 points, that was for pride for them. But obviously the guys on the other side of the ball had some pride too. They stopped the 2-point play even though, as you noted, it did not matter. So both teams battled to the end.